Then we brought you soap rocks, new. Now we're bringing you an angel, new. So lots of new for you in the show today, but I absolutely love this gorgeous garden angel, and we have her for you in a choice of finishes. So what you're seeing right now, you can tell I've had a few days off because I'm like all tongue-tied. What we have for you here is the ivory, and then we also have her available for you in what we call the verdigris. And I'm just gonna bring her down here so you can see the two. So the verdigris has the true look of bronze that has aged and is starting to turn that soft green. What I loved about this piece, and I have to tell you, you know, we worked on this several different versions until I was happy with the finished result. At first, the finish wasn't really what I wanted. The second time, the bouquet didn't look quite right. So I think this is sort of the third version of this. She stands, by the way, 15 inches tall, and she is for indoor or outdoor use. I'll show her to you outside in a few minutes. But beautiful detail work. This reminded me of the gorgeous scrolled wrought iron gates I would see when I lived in London. Looks like what you would see in Paris or in Florence. I mean, just gorgeous. So I loved the wings and the dimension. I love the very quiet, peaceful look on this angel's face. She's wearing a wreath, a laurel wreath of flowers around the top of her head. Her dress is very simple. She's holding a beautiful bouquet of roses. I love the texture. And here you can really see that verdigris finish that we were able to accomplish. You know, if you leave bronze, if you leave copper out in the elements and it just weathers naturally, that green forms on its own. The trick is when you're trying to paint something to look like it's weathered naturally, does it really look natural in the end? Well, the first couple passes of this didn't so much. The final pass, I think, looks gorgeous. I feel like this is weathered in all the little places where they've had to hand paint that verdigris look to it to give you a gorgeous design. She's finished all the way around, so you can see the back of her wings are stunning. You can use this as statuary in the inside of your home. Beautiful on a table and a bookshelf. We've used her on the mantle, pretty next to a picture of somebody that you've lost. But then also this wonderful ivory for those of you who like those softer white finishes. If you want to see more of her pretty face, then I would encourage you to get the ivory. By the way, that verdigris finish, there's only 600 of those left to go around. We did on her decide to do the basket in the verdigris. We went back and forth on this a million times. You know, first of all, it was all ivory, it looked too flat. Then we did the whole thing in the verdigris, it was too brown. Then we just got smart and said, well, why doesn't it just look like white roses in the verdigris basket? So you do get a little touch of that verdigris there, which I think is very pretty. And if you're going to tie it into some of our Luminara lanterns that are going to be coming up, if you're going to tie it in next to other oil rub bronze pieces that you might have, then getting the ivory with that little touch of the bronze might be something that you're interested in. I thought she was lovely. I love the idea of a garden angel. I know how many of you love spending time outdoors. I think part of what encourages us to go outdoors is to, again, have pretty things to look at. The same thing that you want pretty things to look at when you're inside your home. To sit down at a favorite chair and look across the room and see things that are meaningful to you or spark some kind of emotion for you. That's what this angel was for me. You know, I don't choose angels a lot, not because I don't love them, but I think it's a very personal symbol and they have to be just right. And this one really spoke to me. I thought it was beautiful. I loved the artistry of it. I loved the wings. I loved the flower. The same reason I love the angels that are coming up from Jim Shore, quite frankly, because the artistry in those angels, completely different look, completely different idea, really spoke to me. They really were beautifully executed and looked like true artist pieces, which is how I felt about these. So if you want the verdigris, which is really kind of your bronze with that kind of weathered finish to it, there's only 500 of those to go around, a few more in the ivory. No other order on these for the year. This is it. This is what we brought in. It's H208029. And then let me just walk around a little bit because she is appropriate for outdoors. She's made of an all-weather resin. So she looks like she's cast iron or cast stone. And she does have nice weight to her, which I think will impress you when you get it at home. But you can use these outdoors in your garden. Put them in your flower beds. Put them out next to your really pretty flower containers that you might have. One thing too, these wonderful pedestals that we have coming up with the glow in the center, you know, I really tried to create things that all work together so you have this kind of same tone going on between the illuminated pedestal coming up and that gorgeous verdigris angel. And then, you know, the wreath is coming up and the garland's coming up, all those pretty things, but look at what you could create, which is fantastic. Let me just take a quick scoot. All right, here we go, and we'll wander our way outside. Let's see, which way do I want to go? I'll go back here first, because back here you can see some of the other pieces that go along with that illuminated pedestal that's coming up. We did this set of 2 faceted glass decorator pieces. Aren't they pretty? And so that finish again ties in really nicely here. Here is our wreath coming up, but I have to show you this. Can I just say, run, don't walk to the phones? This is a tabletop wreath stand. Stop it. And it extends so high that you can actually put it on the ground. So that's coming up, and it comes in a bronze and in that whitewash finish. So that's coming up. Let's go outside real quick. Poor Jay's standing out there in the cold waiting for me. Hi. Is this the right door? Oh, it is. We've come a long way. I have keys now, apparently. Okay, close that up. And then come over here, because we've used that pretty angel just as a little decorative piece. Now, this is obviously a covered porch. You can have her out in your flower beds. You can have her in a container. You can have her next to your fountain. Maybe she marks a spot, you know, out in the yard where you buried that goldfish, or in memory of a pet that you lost. Or, you know, if it's been a hard year and you just need something inspirational and meaningful and peaceful to look at, what a beautiful piece. I think she's gorgeous. I hope you love her when you get her at home. She's under $30. It's our only order of the year. That again is that verdigris, and then we have that gorgeous ivory for you as well. All right, so we're going to talk next about what I really think is probably the most quintessential, easy to decorate, quickest way to transform your home kind of a piece. And that's with the Luminara Heritage Lantern. For those of you that